day in 2012, a construction crew in Kitchener, Ontario was working on what should have been a routine project. A new residential development. It was the kind of place meant to welcome families, where laughter would fill the rooms and memories would be made. But that day, something was watching. They would soon call it the ghost of the unfinished house. It started subtly. Tools left in one place would appear in another. Shadows seemed to shift in corners just out of sight. And sometimes a worker would swear they felt a presence, as if someone was watching from the distance, just beyond the light. They laughed it off at first. Just tricks of the mind, they said, long days under the sun. But for one worker, the feeling of being watched became more than just a passing thought. He was working alone in the basement of one unfinished house when he heard it. The sound of slow, deliberate footsteps directly above him. He paused, heart pounding, convinced it was a colleague. He called out, but there was only silence. And then, a cold gust of wind swept through the basement, chilling him to his core, the kind of cold that clings to you no matter how hard you shake it off. He looked up. And there it was. The unmistakable outline of a figure standing motionless at the top of the stairs. Watching. Waiting. The worker blinks, and the figure is gone. He breathes heavily, gripping his tools, visibly shaken. When he told his foreman what he'd seen, he expected laughter. Instead, he saw the color drain from his boss's face. Because this wasn't the first report of a strange sighting in that house. More and more, the crew began to talk, the whispers growing louder. No one wanted to work alone in that basement, and every creak and gust of wind felt heavy, filled with an unsettling presence. Curious, the crew dug into the land's history. What they found was chilling. Decades ago, this site had been home to a hospital, a place for tuberculosis patients. Many who walked through its doors never left, their final breaths taken within those walls, buried deep beneath the earth that would later become this quiet residential area. To this day, the locals say a spirit lingers in that house, a restless soul who roams the empty basement, whose footsteps echo in the silence, forever tied to the land. Workers say the basement still holds the ghostly chill, and few dare to stay long enough to feel it. And so the question remains, was it just an overworked mind playing tricks, or does the spirit of the past refuse to be forgotten? Sometimes, silence holds secrets, and some places never let go.
Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to OSHA Outreach Courses.